I'll get right into this final beginner Flecs episode. You may know where this one is going. If you were going to make a game with everything you know right now, you would probably hit a roadblock pretty quickly. That being, every video so far has been in the same main.c file. Not very efficient, and we are especially not separating our concerns like good programmers. But that's what this video is for. Essentially, modules give us a way to package our code so it doesn't have to all be crowded in one file. If you remember the previous video when I mentioned that we shouldn't let our components look like this, then I think this video is perfect to fix it. Let's separate everything into its own place. We can separate this into 3 components: a position component, a physics component, and a health component. Alright, let's start separating. First, I will make a new folder called position in my project, and I will put position.c and position.h in there. This will be a module. First, we have to put this at the top of the .h or header file. We have to include this because we might include this header in multiple places in our program. This tells C that we only want to define this header once. In plain English, it means if not already defined position header, include everything in this file. I'm cutting out a detail or two, but that's what's happening. Let's put the position component in here now as a struct. And below this, put ECS component declare and position. This will ensure that anything that imports the module will know that the position is a component. Finally, we have to have a way to import everything that we made in this file to our main file. So let's tell anything that imports this module that you can use this function to get everything from it. The naming convention for an import is a capital letter for the start of each word. You must also include import at the end. It's a requirement. That's it for the header file. Let's move on to position.c now. All we have to do is include the position.h file and write the position module import function. We can include the header using this line. Now for the import function. The point of this function is to give things for our world to use if it wants to include them. Here's how we write it. Void position module import, and then pass in the world. Inside the curly brackets, put ECS module, world, and then the position module. The import is included at the end of that, which is why it is important. Now we can define the position component so we can use it in our world. We're done. That's all of the code for the module. Now we can go back and import it into our main file. Here's what I have right now. Not much, I know. Let's actually add the position module and create a player entity to attach to it. Write ECS import, then the world and the position module. This imports the module into the current world we're using. Also make sure to include the header file of the module you're importing. Let's make the player and set the position component on it. That's it. The only other thing I do now is just show that you can get the position component, but I think we all know how to do that at this point. I was also going to do a physics and health component, but they are literally the same process, so I'll leave them out. I feel confident that you know what to do. And with that, you have gone through every beginner Flecs concept. Now there's only Raylib left, and admittedly, I don't think I will need to explain it very much because of all of the tutorials out there, and I am not one for long-winded explanations on anything, so I will make one long video going over everything you need to know to make a game, using a game that I'm currently developing now. And that'll do it for the series. Sound good? It'll take me a few months though, so good night for now.